Tracy from the Papercraft Studio. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to show you how to make these two cards. One I made with cocktails and one I made for coffee. And it's an idea, for the layout of the card is an idea from an American demonstrator called Dawn Griffith. And there we go. So it opens up and you've got that cute little flap there, so you can write underneath that bit. So I gave my ladies who ordered my classes by post a choice of which one they were going to have. I'm going to show you how to make the cocktails one today. So both are made in the same way. I've made the card using a piece of Whisper White cardstock, measuring. Now, this is quite important to have this top bit measuring this. I adjusted Dawn's measurement slightly. This measures 10 and 15/16. So I just chopped off a tiny little bit from 11 inches just to make sure that it all folds up properly. And this is half a piece of A4, which is 4 1/8. And I've scored it at 3 inches and 7 inches. So go ahead and, where's my bone folder? Fold these over. So you can see here, the reason I didn't want to do exactly 11, I wanted to leave that little bit there so it just folded nicely on this bit. Okay, go over that again. And this piece of designer series paper, this is Magenta Madness. So this is out of the paper sacks. You get them in all of the colour families. This is the new in colour, and this one was Bumblebee. So they're both from the same pack. This one measures, just see my notes, 3 7/8 by 2 3/4. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this on. If you've got this in a kit from me, this will already be glued on, because when I cut the circles out, I needed to have this fixed in place. So I'm just going to center it on this smaller side here. Oops, I can't see that. Fold it like that. There we go. That looks about right. Like so. So what we need to do here, we're going to take, I'll show you the sizes here. These circles are from the layering circles. So the big one that we're going to use to cut this whole shape out here, this across the diameter measures 3 inches, as does this scalloped one for the Magenta Madness behind here, this one. This black layer is the circle that measures across down to about 2 7/8, and the white one measures 2 5/8. So just, if you have that set at home, you'll know which ones to use. Okay, so I'm going to bring the big shot in. Now, to do this, you need to keep this piece folded over, and get my die here. So I went ahead and drew some little lines on where I thought halfway was. They've kind of come off now, but because I was doing a lot for my kits, I didn't want to have to kind of measure it each time. So you're looking to get roughly halfway up across here, and then obviously an equal distance here and here. I think that's roughly where it was. And then I'm just using some washi tape here. You could use a Post-it just to keep that in place, because it's a double layer, it just jumps up a little bit sometimes. Okay, bring in my top plate. And I'm just going to run this through a couple of times, because it's cutting through 2 layers of cardstock plus some designer series paper. So obviously it's got its work cut out. Sorry about the jiggly camera. Okay, here we go. So that's now cut out this section here. Just while I've got the big shot up here, I don't know if you've seen I don't have a full piece either, but if you, let me just move that actually a second. If you've seen the glimmer paper, the rainbow glimmer paper in the catalogue is just stunning. And I've chopped into mine because I'm doing a lot of classes here, but let me just put it in the order that it comes. It's just so gorgeous. Can you see there? So you go from the yellow right down to granny apple green, and it's amazing for cocktails, but also I love this little ombre bit here that you can cut. So I'll bring the big shot back in for that in a bit. Now I've put it back down, but it's so stunning and it's perfect for this set. The set I'm using, actually, let me just show you here. This is a stamp set. I haven't actually stamped anything on this project, but it coordinates with, down the bottom here, Nothing's Better Than, so Love You More Than dies, and then it's part of a bundle as well, so if you buy the two together you save 10% here. But these are the dies you get, so you get the little coffee cup, chocolate, cookies, and then all these bits and pieces. I wasn't going to buy this one. As always, I've had my head turned by seeing other projects, so I'm just so weak when it comes to stamping up products, really. Which is why I became a demonstrator in the first place. I had no intention of demonstrating ever, but I just bought too much, so it was cheaper for me to join. Okay, so the scallop circle is going to sit on here. It's optional whether you have the black as well. You may prefer just to have the white on here. I thought for me that looked a little bit, I don't know, I needed something to break it up, so you could always offset this one a little bit if you wanted to make it a little bit more quirky. But my original was in the center there. Okay, so we can layer those ones up, all with glue. So the black one, I'm just popping over, so you just see a little peep of the scallops. And then the white, like I say, I might offset this one this time. Give it a little kind of, I don't know, is that 60s or 70s? Looks 60s, I think. So you see the difference there. And then, because we only want it to stick to this bit, I'm going to add the glue here, but not too far, not too close to the edges. So just kind of across that piece there. And then I want my little circle to be down there. So that just pops into that gap. And then that will still open up. It's cute. Okay. So let's cut out so here I've got Love You More Than, cocktails, and the little cocktail glass, the actual cocktail. So I'm going to cut the Love You More Than from this bit of glimmer paper. You get two 12 by 12 sheets in the pack of glimmer paper, so it's really good value. Like I say, just stunning for this. Okay, so slide that down a bit. I've actually ordered my new Big Shot. What's it called? The new one. Cut and Emboss, and it's available to customers from September. But as demonstrators, we get to order it a little bit early. So I'm so excited because my Big Shot is a bit on its last legs. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead, cut this through. Doesn't need to go twice, but it's just easier for me to bring it back this way. And when these words come out, they come out individually, so you just poke them through, and it's really robust, this glimmer paper. Okay, so there's the Love You More Than, and you will need to just go through and just pop out some of these extra bits. And then while we're here, let's cut out the cocktails and the cocktail glass. So I'm just doing it across to get all those colours in. Oh, look, quite thrifty there. I'm tending to use the same bits of this paper, so I'm going to have strips down the side, but I will find a use for them. It just gives a really nice little ombre effect. Now with the cocktails one, and especially if you have it in a kit, the eye, the dot of the eye is really, really easy to lose. So I've gone ahead and put it in an extra little cello pocket for you. But have a look in there, because you will have the dot for the eye. If you lose it, it's not the end of the world. You know, you can just draw one in, but see here, it just stays in there. So I'm going to keep that over there. And then the cocktail. How cool is that? I love it. Okay. Get rid of these pieces. So here we go, cocktail. I'm just going to show you that again. That's so gorgeous. Let's just quickly prod out some of these extra bits. Try not to prod my finger too much. They come out really easily. There we go. And then these ones as well. Didn't have too much in this. I could feel like there was a little spider or something on my arm, but I don't think there is. It's just my imagination, but now I felt it. I can't get it out of my head. Right, okay, so bring back in this one. So these, you need to get your glue going a bit. If you struggle to put little dots of glue on, I would suggest getting a scrap of paper, putting a blob of glue on like that, and then just picking up little dots and then putting it where wherever there's a bit of a space you could put it. Try not to overload it because it will splurge out the side otherwise. And then for this, I've just then angled them up here. Might need to press it for a couple of seconds. Let's get it in the right order. You, love you more than. I love this set. It's I've used it for a couple of birthdays recently, my sister's birthday and my friend Susie. Because you know, who doesn't love cocktails or coffee or something? Chocolates in there as well. That would be my one, I think. So it's a really versatile set. Lots of fun. Oh, see if I can get that one up. Here we go. Love you more than. And it doesn't matter if they go over the side a little bit. Just bear in mind this one you want to still be able to open down there. Oops, didn't stick my more down very well. And then with the cocktails, I just kind of stretched it out a little bit. You could have it straight, but I quite liked it going around a little bit. So again, just a few dots of glue on here randomly. I hope you're all surviving this hot weather. I know for lots of people they love it. Not so much for me, but I appreciate it's nice for a couple of days. Here we go. So that one's going to go in the middle down there, kind of spread around like that. And then with your little cocktail glass, you can either pop it on there or you can have a little surprise inside like I did on the other one there. So I think on this one I might put it on the outside this time. So you can stick it down flat or pop a dimensional on here. Actually, let's get that ribbon on first because I need to see where that is, where that's going. So I've used glitter organdy ribbon. So it's just really lovely and sparkly because I thought, you know, it's a sparkly card. So you need, how much ribbon did I do? Let's measure this one. About 12 inches, okay? So you're just going to tuck it under this flap here. Oops. It's got a bit of a stiffness to it, like a wire in it, so it will kind of stay in place there. It's a little bit tricky to fold, but I'm just going to tie this in a knot. So down there, just make sure it's not pulling the card up too much. And again, we can use a glue dot to secure it. Just tuck those, so just a double knot, if I can find the end. Yay, there we go. Oops, mine's a bit loose there. Let's try that again. The ends will fray a bit, but you can give them a little trim afterwards. I'm sure my fingers are working in the heat very well. There we go. You can always get someone to hold that down for you while you tie. Okay, so I'm going to trim those ends because I've made them look a bit messy here. Okay, and then let's have a look. Maybe we'll put the cocktail on this side on the ribbon. I'm going to just pin that down with a glue dot or two, just because it's quite bouncy, and they won't show through this at all. And this card will fit in a regular envelope too, so that's quite handy. Pop the cocktail on, stick it on there, and there we go. That's the Fun Fold Love You More Than card. Little cocktail surprise. See you soon. Bye.